All right, let's keep moving on here. Going to the Cardinals, and man, oh man, they've got a great offensive core here with a great passer of Kyler Murray. And now we're talking AJ Green. Says pairing with DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona is, quote, going to be unbelievable. Yes, sir. AJ Green, folks, he's fantastic. He was with the Bengals with Andy Dalton. That's why, a little lackluster in his overall accomplishments for AJ Green. Just because, you're paired with Andy Dalton. That's nothing great. We see this man not really get it done. Career kind of 8-8, 9-7 guy, nothing great. First round exits of the playoffs every single time he got into the playoffs. No long, deep playoff runs for Andy Dalton. But now he's paired up with DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury. They've got it all over there offensively for the Cardinals. So let's see what AJ Green is saying about his new team. So, AJ Green spent the majority of his decade in Cincinnati as the man, racking up 5 consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Yes, sir, that's what we're talking about, 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and he went back to back to back to back to back, folks, 5 straight. In 7 straight Pro Bowls to open his career. After signing a 1-year contract in Arizona this offseason, Green will now play alongside another alpha receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. Pairing 2-star receivers could create issues for other clubs, but Green and Hopkins, who they are as players, get along swimmingly. During a recent interview on The Fly with Lisa Matthews, Green said he's thrilled to play alongside a talent like Hopkins. Quote, I never played with a guy like D-Hop. The guy is unbelievable, man. He embraced me. We don't have egos. He's telling me, if you want to run a route and I'm at that position, just let me know. So you have a guy like that, 2 guys that in a room, it's going to be unbelievable. And we feed off of each other. So once again, that's great. That's exactly what you want to hear. Kind of like what Julio Jones is doing with the Titans now with A.J. Brown. Be like, no, we good. Yeah, if you keep number 2, I don't need that number. We're good. We're going to get along great. You're a great talent. I'm a great talent. I'm just trying to fit in here. I'm not trying to take over and now be the new number 1, anything like that. This is still, your kind of team. Now it's our team, and we're going to get it done equally. And DeAndre Hopkins is saying the same thing. DeAndre Hopkins could have went on the offensive and attack and be like, no, whoa. I'm the number 1 here. AJ Green, I know you're good, but you're a little out of your prime, kind of going out of your prime a little bit. I'm just in my prime. So you take the number 2 over there. Stay over there on that side of the field and don't get in my way. No. He's nothing like that. He's embracing having that other great talent, because that's going to in turn open up what DeAndre Hopkins can do, because you're not going to be able to kind of double DeAndre Hopkins if AJ Green is going to get out to a hot start in the season. You're going to have to kind of, have a single high safety and then just kind of live and die by whoever's open. Hopefully it doesn't cost you the game, but it could potentially cost you the game. So can't really double DeAndre Hopkins as much as you want to this year, especially if AJ Green is going to kind of go back to what he was doing with those Bengals years with Andy Dalton. He was looking real great there. So love that they're embracing each other. This is exactly what you need in an offense that's surrounded by absolutely great talent. You can't have, one just kind of being, hey, I'm the man. You're just kind of, my Destiny's Child, like Beyonce. Like, no. Y'all get behind me. I am the face. I am going to have my own solo career. Y'all are my children. Get behind me. You're the backup dancers. You're the backup vocalists. And if you say more than 2 words, I'm kicking you off and I'll replace you. DeAndre Hopkins is not Beyonce, folks, okay? So love that they're both embracing each other. They're ready to get it done. How tall is AJ Green? Because DeAndre Hopkins isn't that tall. He's like 6'1", 6'2", which is still solid. And AJ Green's 6'4", folks. So absolutely love it. All right, let's finish a couple of quotes here. Here we go. Green believes he'll be rejuvenated in his move to Arizona alongside Hopkins and with Kyler Murray as quarterback. Quote, it's not just D-Hop and me. It's just the whole offense. With what K1 can do, Kyler Murray can do there, and Christian Kirk, you're going to have to pick your poison on game day on Sundays. That is absolutely true. They've got wide receivers on wide receivers on wide receivers receivers. The only place where the Cardinals could run into a few issues is their running game. They had Kenyon Drake last year, who we are big on. He rushed for 1,000 yards last season, or very close, like 990 something with the Cardinals. But now they're just left with Chase Edmonds. So he's going to have to kind of step it up. He was kind of the number 2 running back last year, only 400 yards and a touchdown, being the number 2. So now he's elevated to the number 1. And who's the Cardinals' number 2? James Conner from the Steelers, who couldn't be a number 1 or even close to anything resembling a number 1 running back with them. So it's not the best running back group here in the Arizona Cardinals. And also their tight end, once again, nothing that great. They don't really use their tight end that much. They got Max Williams, and he only had 100 yards last season. He did kind of get injured. He only played 8 games, unfortunately, last season, but still 8 receptions for 102 yards and a touchdown. Not really using him that much. The only kind of green flag here is that he averaged 12.8 yards a carry, or yards a catch, which is very good. If you extrapolate that for more catches, he could be that 1,000-yard receiver that you definitely want to have on your team. But we'll see how they kind of figure out all their wide receiver weapons. We'll see how this kind of running game gets down. We know Kyler Murray can kind of, take the top off the defense with his arm and also with his legs, escapability. He's one of the probably quickest quarterbacks that there are, of dual threat quarterbacks in this league. So they definitely have great wide receivers in DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, and Christian Kirk, but their running game, if they got no running game, the defense is just going to kind of be, maybe doubling. They could potentially be able to double both wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Green, just because they're going to use that kind of running back defender and go and place him, on a wide receiver, just because we're going to play the pass and not play the run, because it's Chase Edmonds and James Conner back there. So we'll see how that all figures out. We'll see if kind of, once again, Le'Veon Bell is still up for grabs, folks. He's a free agent, not signed yet. We got kind of this month of limbo period before training camp start with all these NFL teams. So we'll see where he goes. We really want to see him go to the Falcons, but if Le'Veon Bell goes to the Cardinals, that could be dangerous as well. So there is still some kind of promise here that this Cardinals team could get a little bit better in the running back position, and that would truly just kind of put them over the edge. We know they got a great kind of defense as well. They got Budda Baker. They bring in J.J. Watt. They got Chandler Jones. They got Zaven Collins, Isaiah Simmons. So they've got real great kind of pass rushers, linebackers, corners. They did bring in Malcolm Butler as well, who's kind of been getting passed around the league. Remember, he's the Super Bowl savior for the Patriots, picking off Russell Wilson on the 1-yard line, and then they got rid of him basically the next season, and then he went to the Titans, and they used him for about a season or 2, and then got rid of him. So we'll see if Malcolm Butler can kind of be this great corner. They just lost Patrick Peterson. That's an elite Hall of Fame corner right there. So there is still a little holes in this Cardinals defense as well, but overall it's pretty good. Just kind of like overall offensively it's good. Maybe just kind of not very strong at corner and not very strong at running back, but every other position is filled absolutely greatly. So we'll see how those kind of 2 holes play out here for this Arizona Cardinals team, but AJ Green's buying into it. They're all kind of getting along, and that's exactly what you want to see. Alrighty, let's read this last quote here. Green added that the chance to win a championship was a deciding factor in his decision to move to Arizona. Quote, the potential of this team. I've been in Cincinnati so long, I don't know anything else. So for me, getting a chance to get out, it's all about winning and being in a great environment. And I think Arizona was the perfect situation. They have young guys. They're building this defense. They have a young quarterback, and I think I fit in well overall here with DeAndre Hopkins. So he wants that ring, folks, and I would love to see AJ Green get the ring. Let's talk about this man's stats, folks. AJ mother-loving Green is absolutely fantastic. Like we write in the article, 1,000-yard seasons for the first 5 years, 1,057 yards year 1, 1,350 yards year 2, 1,426 yards year 3, 1,041 yards year 4, and 1,297 yards year 5, folks. Then come year 6, only playing 10 games, but basically broke 1,000 yards in just those 10 games, 964 yards. Then he's back to 1,000 yards, playing 16 games in 2017, 1,078 yards. Then in 2018, Once again, an injury, only played 9 games. 2019 injured as well, took that entire year off. And then just last season, I mean, coming to the very end here of his Bengals career, they were barely using him. He wasn't the number one. They know they were moving off of him, so they kind of, used him very last. He only was targeted 104 times, and he also only had a 32% catch percentage, or 45% catch percentage. That's not good for 500 yards. So we know AJ Green in his prime is absolutely fantastic, and if you forgot about it, well, we got a little highlight clip that can re-jog your memory. So we went on YouTube and found AJ Green top 10 plays of his career. Now, this video was posted in 2017, but he didn't do anything since 2017. So we should be able to see primetime AJ Green out here. And we're going to take what this man says as the gospel. This man on YouTube, NFL Reel. And whatever his top 10 plays of AJ Green, we're going to take him as a top 10. We haven't previewed this. We don't know what these plays look like. But let's see what the top 10 plays of AJ Green's career could be. Let's see if we can get back to that in Arizona with DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury. So here we go. Play number 10. Oh, and I love it. Fantastic. Going from 10 to 1. If you ever make a top 10 list and you start at number 1, you should be murdered, folks. 100%. That is not a joke. That is serious. You should be murdered for that. When you do a top 10 list, you do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You build up to that 1. Who the heck starts with number 1, folks? Absolutely unforgivable doing that. But here we go. Starting with play number 10. Let's see what we get. All right, here we go. Against the Bengals, or against the Ravens on 4th and 15. Last play of the game, down 7. Hail Mary, and the ball tips all over the place here on a Hail Mary attempt, and it just winds up in AJ Green's hands. All righty. Solid play there. Just a heads-up play. Hey, he'll look for the ball. Here we go. Play number 9. What do we got? Against the Steelers, down 5, under 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Andy Dalton not throwing the ball here, and it's kind of wide open to AJ Green, catches it, touchdown, and they take a 2-point lead with 1:50 seconds left. Alrighty, able to get open, just lay down in that kind of soft spot of the zone, and he's able to get open. Here we go, play number 8, a big old blowout here against the Vikings. They're on the 1-yard line, AJ Green. And there it is, just one-on-one coverage, baby. Yes, sir. Andy Dalton throws a decent one-on-one ball, back shoulder throw, and that's A.J. Green, baby, taking the contact, catching the ball. There was a flag thrown on this play. Doesn't matter. And, my God, they put up 42 points in through 3 quarters in this game. Gosh darn, folks. Look at that one-handed catch as well. A.J. Green, folks. Here we go. Now we're getting to some good catching plays here. Play number 7. They're down 13-0 against the Steelers. And that's A.J. Green, folks. Wide open. Oh! And the strength of A.J. Green, folks, able to stay on his feet. So they go deep. This is a 50-yard bomb to A.J. Green on the right sideline. And he catches it. And then the defenders kind of catch up to him on the 20-yard line, and he's able to shake off both defenders to finish the 70-yard touchdown in totality. Absolutely fantastic. Tall, 6'4", big, strong, will not go down easy, folks. Here we go. Play number 6. What else do we get? Down 2 against the Ravens in the red zone. A.J. Green, a high thrown ball, and it's just a nice comeback route here, and he goes up and gets it, folks. Just look at that extension, folks. Look at this man's extension at 6'4" and still able to get up that high. Gosh dang, folks. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. DeAndre Hopkins, like we said, he's only like 6'1" or 6'2". He plays like he's 6'5". He goes up and high points the ball, but having that on kind of the opposite side of the field as well, this is going to make Kyler Murray just throwing deep ball after deep ball after deep ball, because both of these receivers, DeAndre Hopkins and A.J. Green, are just going to go up and get the ball, folks. Fantastic. Alrighty. Another replay. And gets 2 feet down in bounds. Whew. Fantastic. That extension, man. That's absolutely wild. Here we go. Play number 5. What else do we get here? At the 5-yard line, expect a one-on-one matchup here. Here we go. Tie game against the Chiefs, and there it is. The one-on-one 50-50 ball in the end zone, and it's thrown decently, and it's just AJ Green winning over the defender. Look at this. Look at the difference, folks. He goes up and jumps over the defender. It's fantastic. Just look at the sheer size between him and the corner here, folks. He's mammoth over there. Absolutely fantastic. Here we go. Play number 4. This time back at the 5-yard line. Oh my God, the Cardinals in the red zone are going to be unstoppable. Here we go. And it's a one-on-one matchup again. Again, folks. 50-50 ball thrown in the end zone. And once again, the extension, that reach back ability, and then to get 2 feet in bounds. Oh my gosh, folks. He's practically all the way out of bounds, and he's still able to get that last toe tap in. Once again, why AJ Green is so magnificent. Yes, he's tall and he's fast and he's got the full extension and the length and all that, but that kind of boundary, the boundary kind of, oh man, I'm blanking on the word I want to use. The boundary respect, folks. He'll go up, jump, 6 feet in the air, doesn't matter, and then he's coming down wherever he is on the field and still finding the sideline and getting 2 feet down in bounds. Man, oh man. We saw that in like 5 of these plays that we've seen so far. Just getting those toe taps down. Fantastic. Here we go. Play number 3 now. Down 1 against the Ravens, and they're going deep. AJ Green all the way down the field, and oh my gosh. Once again, if it's one-on-one after he beat the corner and he gets the catch and the safety comes over to try to make the tackle, it's RIP. It's RIP these defenders, folks. Holy moly. He will shake you off. He will juke you out of your shoes. Look at that. Able to, once again, the concentration, a little bit of a bobbled ball there, but he's still able to reel it in and then beats the safety by destroying that man's ankles. Oh my God, prime AJ Green, folks. The concentration, the trackability of the ball, the killability with his jukes. Oh my gosh, here we go. Play number 2 at midfield, up 4 against the Browns. Andy Dalton slinging it all the way down the field, and it's just a jump ball situation, a Hail Mary at the end of the first half, and AJ Green comes down with it. Once again, he's able to track that ball down after he kind of gets bobbled a little bit. He's on his way falling down to the ground, and he still has that recognition to find the ball, that trackability to find the ball as it's just being bobbled in midair, folks. Man, fantastic. Here we go. Play number 1. Is this the best play we've seen? Here we go. At their own 20-yard line, down 3 against the Ravens. Going deep, AJ Green, there he is, and he's got the speed to beat everybody. And once again, the defense is starting to get him at the 30-yard line, and he's strong, and he's able to stay on his feet for the last 20 yards and beat everybody, folks. The monster strength, and just you cannot bring this man down. A true weeble wobble in the NFL, folks. AJ Green, DeAndre Hopkins. Do we dare say the Cardinals are coming out of the West instead of the Rams? Or instead of the NFC? It could be, folks. It truly could be. So, man, oh man, that is prime time, prime AJ Green out here. Absolutely magnificent. So, hopefully he gets back to that because, a little bit of an injury history over the last 2, 3, 4 years, not getting kind of that A1, Tier 1 status with the Bengals since they know they were going to kind of move off of him. And how old is he? What do we got here? 32. All right, still a couple. I'll give him probably 2 solid more years before we may start to see a drop-off, but let's see if he can get back to that prime AJ Green that we just watched for 10 plays. Absolutely fantastic.